considering these politicians in the United States, some of them call themselves socialists or progressives, and yet, when they talk about Cuba, they as we say, I think it's called both-siding the issue. So they say, on one hand, yes, the embargo should be lifted on Cuba, and then they also say that the government is anti-democratic, it's brutalizing the Cuban people. So they repeat the same kind of rhetoric, the same line as the people we were just talking about now previously. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Like, these politicians.
Well, I believe that those politicians in the U.S. receive a lot of pressure from others. Any politician who wants to express an opinion different from that is the vision of the government receive critics, and it's not well seen in the U.S. And saying something good about Cuba and in the U.S. it has a very high cost for a U.S. politician. That's why I could somehow understand why those politicians have to, on one hand, to criticize the blockade, and the other hand to criticize Cuba to make a balance. But however, I want to recognize and also express my appreciation to those politicians that, in spite of the differences in ideology, have been brave enough as to reject and criticize the policy of sanction against Cuba. That's not an easy action in the US, and they have done that, and we have to recognize it.
So you think that it's because of pressure from their party or the government that they can't actually outright just...
Yeah, I believe it could be the reason, because they have to somehow balance their opinions.